Before you pack your bags to Jamaica, here is something that will make your trip so much better. I'm going to teach you 13 words and phrases on how to connect with the locals on your vacation. And I'm not talking about your typical Irie or one love phrases. These phrases are going to help you to get closer to the culture and actually have a real conversation in Patois. So let's get straight into it. So I broke down these 13 phrases into three categories. We have greeting and connecting with locals, we have ordering food, and pricing and bargaining. Now, I'm going to use scenarios to explain these phrases so that it sticks better and you know exactly how to use them when you need them. All right, let's get into it. All right, so we're gonna kick it off just like this. The first phrase that I want us to talk about today is wagwan. And yes, I know you're gonna say, oh, we already know what wagwan is and all of that. But hear me out. I have to include wagwan on this list because wagwan is one of the most popular Jamaican greetings out there. So, if you don't know what wagwan literally means what's going on. It's our version of what's up, right? So when you're on your vacation, of course you're gonna hear wagwan. Picture this: you're walking on the beach and someone walk up to you, whether it be a hotel staff or a Jamaican who's also on vacation too, and they walk up to you and said, wagwan. No, this is your time to shine. This is your time to smile and say, everything good, man. So if the person says wagwan and then you respond, everything good, man, that basically, you're basically saying everything is good, right? Everything is good, but you have to put the man on it because that's just how we like to talk, right? So everything good, man, good. Everything good, man. And when you respond like that, the person might be very surprised because they were not expecting you to reply in patois. So that's good for you, right? So a person say wagwan, you now say everything good, man. Wagwan with you. Yeah, and that's how you start a real conversation. Moving along to number two, and this phrase is where you depend or where you deal with. Now, if I were to translate these two phrases directly to English, where you depend would mean what are you on? And where you deal with would mean what are you dealing with? So they both basically means what are you up to? What are you up to for today? What are your plans for today? That's basically what that is. So if we continue that same beach scenario, remember the last thing you said was everything good, man. Wagwan with you. Now the person might respond and say something like nothing na gwan, everything good, man, right? And then they might ask you where you depend or where you deal with, right? And then your response would be something like, but just a walk around the beach, um, or and then you might say, me might go get little food later. So basically what you said was, I'm just taking a walk on the beach and then later I'm gonna go get some food, right? So that's when the conversation is really getting deeper now, right? Because you're actually now talking about future plans and what you're currently doing right now. So the next one on the list is where you come from. And this phrase is almost guaranteed to come up. Like this is one of the questions that you will get asked, especially when meeting someone new, right? So this one is very important. And where you come from basically means where are you from, right? So if we go back to that same beach scenario after you're done talking about what your plans is for today and you're just taking a walk right now on the beach, right? The person might ask you where you come from. And then that's just now your opportunity to tell them, okay, I'm from this country or I'm visiting from this country, you know, and just keep the conversation progressing and going good. Number four is me soon come or little more. Now, these two phrases are not exactly the same, like they don't mean exactly the same thing, but they can be used in the same way. Let me break it down for you. Me soon come literally means I'll be back or I'm coming back soon. But the thing is that when we say me soon come, It doesn't always mean that we're going to come back. It's a 50-50 chance that we might come back or we might not come back. And the other person totally understand that too. Okay? Now, little more, on the other hand, it basically means I'll see you later. But even though it sounds like I'm gonna see you later, for us, it means goodbye. So the conversation is done. If I say little more man, just know that that's it. I'm saying goodbye. All right? Right, so we're gonna go back to that same beach scenario, right? So after chatting for a bit, conversation, you're finished, you're done with the conversation now. So you're gonna say something like, all right, me soon come, or little more. And the person will know exactly what you mean when you say that. All right? Moving along. So number 5 is big up yourself. Now, big up yourself is a way of showing someone respect or giving someone props. It basically means respect to you. No, it's not a direct goodbye, but we use it to end a conversation on a warm, respectful tone. On the other hand, big up yourself can also be used like in a sarcastic way. Like, for example, if you and your friend are having a conversation, but you guys didn't see eye to eye at the end of the conversation, but you don't want it to turn into this big argument, you just say, yeah man, big up yourself. So in that scenario, like with sarcasm and all, it would mean like, do you boo? Like whatever you agree on, hold that. And whatever I agree on, I hold that. So sometimes we can use big up yourself in that case. But in this scenario that we're talking about now, we're talking about in a more positive, respectful tone. All right? So if we're gonna go back to the whole beach conversation, now after you done saying little more, the person might just also say before they walk away, like, big up yourself, man. It just basically means respect to you, ending the conversation on a respectful tone. You see it? All right, so we're jumping into the next section, which is ordering food. And the word that I want to teach you first is the word nyam. And this word means to eat. Now, if you're going to Jamaica on vacation, of course, you're going for food. One of the most important things on this vacation will be that delicious food that you're about to indulge in. That nice jerk chicken straight off the jerk pan, nice oxtail, patty, soup. I could name out all the foods that you're about to enjoy on this wonderful vacation. Me not lie no, me grudge you. Me grudge you. But anyways, back to the video. Back to the main topic. All right, so you have to learn the word nyam because that's a word that you're going to hear all the time when we're talking about food, right? The next phrase on the list is you nav no. And this means do you have, or sometimes we say you have or yav, right? Now, imagine you go to a local food spot, right? You walk up to the counter and then you ask the person at the counter, like, you know, have no jerk chicken, or you have jerk chicken today, right? And that's a very simple way of trying to find out what's on the menu for today. Moving along to the next phrase, which is miwa. And miwa means I want. So once you have confirmed what they have on the menu, so you would say something to them like, me want jerk chicken, or me want oxtail, or me want curry goat, something like that. So if we're moving right back to our food spot scenario, right? You already asked them, you have jerk chicken, and they said yes, right? And then now you'd proceed to order your food, which would go something like this. Me want order 1 pound of jerk chicken there, please. Right? That basically means I want to order 1 pound of jerk chicken, please. That's it, right? And just like that, you have ordered your first food like a local. I'm so proud of you. The next phrase is, give me a little more. Give me a little more. Now, give me a little more means give me a little more, right? So you ordered your jerk chicken, right? After you started eating, you're like, yo, this is so delicious. I want some more. So you go back to the counter and you say, give me a little more jerk chicken there, please. Right? So you went back to order some more jerk chicken because the amount that you got wasn't enough. I know this can apply to other things like, hey, give me a little more rice now, or give me a little more soup, or give me a little more this, or give me a little more that, right? It's just your way of asking for some more. Give me a little more now, please. Finally, once you've eaten all that you ordered, the last phrase in this section that we want to talk about is me belly full. And this means I am full or I am stuffed, right? And sometimes we would joke around and say, my belly full till it feel like it a bust. And that's our fun, exaggerated way of saying, I am so full that I feel like I would just burst open. My belly would just burst open, right? But we just like to joke around and say that sometimes. And to close off the whole food scenario, right? Imagine you're done eating your jerk chicken, your belly feel nice and full. So you sit back, rub your belly, and you're like, my belly full till it feel like it a bust. And that's how you end your meal like a true Jamaican. Okay? All right, so we're moving on to our final section, which is pricing and bargaining. Now, the first phrase in this section that I want to talk about is how much for this? How much for this? And this basically mean what is the price for this or how much does this cost? That's what it means. So if you go to like a souvenir shop or a local vendor or street vendor or whatever, or you're gonna buy some souvenir and then you find this and you're like, you hold it up and you're like, how much for this? You know what I mean? How much for this? That's how you're gonna say it. How much for this? Next phrase is that dearie man, which means that's expensive, man. Now, this is what you would say if the price catches you off guard, right? So back to our scenario, you take up this. How much for this? The vendor tells you the price, and then now you're gonna say that dairy man. No, this does not always lead to a discount. Some vendors might be open to negotiating a price, and some may not. Okay. This is not really about how to get a better price. It's more about learning how to sound and react like a local in the moment. All right, moving along. Last but not least, we have, all right, me I go take it. And that basically means, all right, I'm going to take it. So you ask, how much for this? The vendor gives you a price. You say, that too dear, man. And then you and the vendor negotiate, and then finally you both agreed on a price, and then you go say, all right, me I go take it. All right, that's how that scenario would be. So when you say, all right, me I go take it, that's basically mean you're ready to make the purchase. All right, and just like that, you went to Jamaica on your vacation, you bargained for a price, and you made a purchase. Boom, you're ready to go. And there you have it. 13 patois words and phrases you need to know before visiting Jamaica. I hope this video helps you on your next trip to Jamaica. And obviously, Jamaica speaks English. So if you want to speak English in Jamaica, you'll be perfectly understood. We all speak English, okay? But if you want to add a little extra Jamaican flavor to that and you want to speak a little patois, this video is perfect for you. Rewind, listen back the phrases, become a pro before your trip, add a little spice. So when you go there, it's a nice little addition to your trip to know that you know a little phrase, you can talk to the locals and feel good with your patois because you're watching Nayoka's World. I hope you did enjoy this video. If you haven't liked the video yet, please remember to give it a thumbs up. Please remember to subscribe if you haven't subscribed as yet. And if you'd like to support the work that we're doing on Nayoka's World, please feel free to join my membership. I will leave the membership link in the comment section. All right? Uno big up on yourself. Thank you for tuning in, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.